It's Wednesday. Welcome to our Wednesday Wellness Tip. Today's the first Wednesday of 2022. So we're back to doing a sequence of a physical tip, then a psychological and emotional tip, and a spiritual tip. So for today's physical tip, I'd like to talk about the importance of vitamin D. Now most people think of it obviously as a vitamin, but actually, vitamin D should be called a hormone because it does so many regulatory things in our body. We know that vitamin D is important for our bone health, our teeth. All of us know that. But it might surprise you to hear how many things vitamin D is important in our bodies. For instance, vitamin D is one of the 4 building blocks for the thyroid. So it's very important for a healthy thyroid function. Vitamin D also plays a role in the tight junctions that are in the villi of the small intestine. So if these villi become incompetent, if these tight junctions in the villi become incompetent, then that can set you up for leaky gut, intestinal permeability, and further autoimmune issues. We know now that vitamin D actually can be helpful in ulcerative colitis. So again, there's a regulatory function in that villi. So how do we get vitamin D? For the most part, we get vitamin D in the sun, from the sun. Now, I live in Louisville, Kentucky, and it's very gray and cloudy for much of the time between October and February. So there's very little sun that's available. In fact, someone once told me that you would have to expose 75% of your body for well over an hour to get the adequate vitamin D from the sun. And frankly, I don't like to be cold. So I don't want to do that. We can get vitamin D from food sources, such as salmon or tuna, egg yolks. But again, this is a little bit limited. So most of the vitamin D we're going to get through a supplement. And in this latitude, in order to maintain healthy vitamin D levels, it takes about 5,000 IUs a day. Now, I strongly encourage that you have your vitamin D level tested, because the normal range is 30 to 100. And I've had patients who came and said their level was 31 or 32, so they were told their levels are normal. Our clinical norm we shoot for is between 50 and 70. And the reason we do that is because we know vitamin D also supports the immune system. It's actually part of our COVID protocol. So get your vitamin D tested and get to a level between 50 and 70. Since it is a fat-soluble vitamin, you can theoretically get too much, and that's why we use our upper limit of 70, whereas the normal range can go to 100, because we don't want people to get too much, because it can affect your kidneys if you have a vitamin D level that's too high. So that's our tip for today. Keep yourself healthy by getting an adequate vitamin D and make sure your level is between 50 and 70.